Imagine this: you're sitting in your living room, scrolling through your phone, when suddenly, you feel something crawl up your leg. You look down, and there it is, a spider, larger than any you've ever seen. But what if this spider isn't just a spider? What if it's something far more sinister? Tonight, we're diving into 5 terrifying spider horror stories, tales so chilling, they'll make you check every corner of your room before you sleep. So, turn off the lights, grab a blanket, and let's begin, if you dare. It started with a faint scratching sound. Sarah had just moved into her new house, a charming old Victorian with a spacious attic. At first, she thought it was just the wind or maybe a mouse. But the scratching grew louder, more persistent. One night, she decided to investigate. Armed with a flashlight, she climbed the creaky stairs to the attic. What she found made her blood run cold: a massive web, stretching from wall to wall, with hundreds of spiders crawling all over it. In the center of the web was something even more horrifying: a human-sized cocoon, pulsating as if something inside was still alive. Sarah ran downstairs and called the police, but when they arrived, the attic was empty. No web, no spiders, no cocoon. To this day, Sarah swears she hears the scratching at night, and wonders what's really up there. When Mark bought his dream home, he didn't notice the small crack in the basement wall. Over time, the crack grew larger, and strange things began to happen. At night, he would hear faint clicking sounds coming from the wall. One day, he decided to investigate. He grabbed a hammer and chisel and began to chip away at the wall. What he found inside made him scream: a nest of spiders, each the size of his hand, with glowing red eyes. But the worst part? They weren't just spiders. They had human faces, twisted in expressions of agony. Mark sealed the wall back up and moved out the next day, but sometimes, he still hears the clicking, and wonders if the spiders are still there, waiting. Emily loved hiking, but one trip changed her life forever. While exploring a remote forest, she stumbled upon an ancient stone altar covered in spider webs. Ignoring the eerie feeling in her gut, she brushed the webs away and took a small, carved stone as a souvenir. That night, she woke up to find her room covered in webs. In the corner, a massive spider watched her with glowing green eyes. Over the next few days, the spider followed her everywhere: her car, her office, even her dreams. Desperate, Emily returned to the forest and placed the stone back on the altar. The spider disappeared, but Emily still feels its presence, and wonders if the curse is truly broken. When a small town was hit by a mysterious plague, the residents didn't realize the true cause. People would go to bed healthy and wake up covered in spider bites. Some never woke up at all. The town's doctor, Dr. Harris, discovered the horrifying truth: the spiders were feeding on the sick, growing larger and more aggressive with each victim. One night, Dr. Harris found himself trapped in his clinic, surrounded by hundreds of spiders. He managed to escape, but the town was abandoned soon after. To this day, no one knows what caused the plague, or where the spiders went. In a remote village, there was a legend about the Spider Queen, a giant, humanoid spider that lived deep in the forest. The villagers would leave offerings at the edge of the woods to keep her at bay. One day, a group of teenagers decided to explore the forest and prove the legend was just a myth. They never returned. A search party found their remains weeks later, wrapped in webs and drained of blood. The villagers never spoke of the Spider Queen again, but some say they still hear her laughter in the wind. And there you have it, 5 terrifying spider horror stories that will make you check every corner of your room before you sleep. Which one sent chills down your spine? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.